Hello, friends, both old and new. I am John St. Baptiste, and this is Music Makes the People Come Together, where we share amazing and eclectic music with amazing and eclectic people like yourselves. This is this week's playlist. Playlist is always alluded to by the teaser for the week, which did come up a bit late. I apologize for that. But this is the new day the playlist is going to start coming out. It will be on Mondays, and I hope you're really excited about it. We've done a bit of a format change. I am moving from working in a certain set pattern to picking a theme or sometimes a genre and going straight into that. So I would like your thoughts about that, but I think it makes things more cohesive if I have a little more creative freedom with what I'm throwing together. That being said, uh, on Valentine's, I put together, being the sarcastic bastard that I am, the Stupid Cupid mix, which is all songs about not needing somebody. And I thought that was kind of fun. But I do think that I kind of need to go ahead and go in the other direction. And even though this isn't something I do very often, um, get a little sentimental. And I decided to go with what I think are 10 of the greatest love songs of all time. So the teaser for this week was Don Williams and Emmylou Harris doing Towns Van Zant's "If I Needed You," and I really love that song. You can hear me gush about it a bit if you check out the teaser, which will be in the description down below. We're going to move right into these songs, and as I said, these are just my picks, but I think they're 10 of the greatest love songs of all time. Second, we have Patti Smith. This is her live doing Because the Night. Amazing recording of an amazing song. This came off the 1978 album Easter, which ironically was her best selling song, and it was when she was starting to consider cutting down how much she toured and how much she performed and how much music she wrote, because she's also a writer, and she could write at home and spend time doing that, but fortunately she still toured every once in a while. Interestingly, this song was originally written with some slightly different lyrics by Bruce Springsteen, and he didn't feel he could record it properly, so she took it and changed some of the lyrics and did her own version, and this is a live recording. It's absolutely amazing. Patti Smith just knocks me off my feet every time I see her, hear her, and I hope you really, really enjoy that. Next, speaking of Bruce, we've got "I'm on Fire." This is off "Born in the USA," which I always think is ironic that the title track to that album is played by politicians, because it's not what the chorus says. It's about how poorly Vietnam veterans were treated when they came back to America. It's actually a kind of heartbreaking song, but we're not talking about that today. We're talking about this song, "I'm on Fire." It's an infidelitous love, but it's still a really passionate love. And I included the original music video, which I think is shot and done pretty well, especially for how early on in the art form of music videos this was done. It's just a really great song about someone who loves someone who doesn't love the someone who they're with. It's pretty cool. But opts not to act on those impulses. So I hope you enjoy that. We're gonna bang it up a little bit here. I always got to include at least a little electronic music, and I'm gonna let you just find out a little more about this track. But this is a remix by Stompy and Disky called "Every Night." This used to be a total crowd puller at parties, probably still is. It's an awesome remix. I'm not going to ruin the surprise for you, though. I will let you find on your own what it is a very sweet remix of. So I hope you find yourself enjoying that. Following that, we have One Year of Love by Queen. For one thing, how can you go wrong with a video that has footage from Highlander? I mean, come on. No, this is a great song. It's a little heart wrenching. You notice I'm kind of picking all the heart wrenching tracks. Um, but when one has those type of feelings, it often is like that, and it's not all sunshine and roses. But this, yeah, is off of the soundtrack that they did for Highlander. It was their, if I remember correctly, ninth studio album called "It's a Kind of Magic." And personally, for me, it's not everybody's favorite album. Some people don't really care for it, but I think it was one of the best albums the Queen did. And also, it was the soundtrack to that movie, which, cult classic, but it's really great. Um, Following that, we have my Rastafarian man, Billy Ocean, doing Suddenly. Now, this is really cool. The album it came off of had the same name. It came out in 1984, and I didn't really appreciate it for what it was back then. I always kind of like laughed about it, made fun of it, whatever. But it is an awesome album, and this is a live recording he did back in 2009. Keep in mind when he's doing this, he's 59 years old. I hope I sound half that good when I'm 59. If I make it there, let's see. Uh, Going back to a little more, at least musically upbeat, not thematically, we have Beloved by VMV Nation. For those of you who aren't familiar, VMV stands for Victory, Not Vengeance. It's German duo from Germany, and this is off the album Future Perfect. Now, I have always personally, and I included a version of a video that has all the lyrics, and I want your thoughts on that. But I've always personally felt like this is someone standing at the gravesite of someone who they loved. And that's what I've always taken away from it, but there have been other interpretations. And if you would like, please down in the comment section below, let me know what you think. But this is an amazing, awesome song. This was when the band really started making a bit of a change in their sound, not quite as aggressive. We all change. That's part of human nature. And this is a great song because it is something you can dance to, or it is something that you can just sit with your headphones on and walk through the forest and reflect on it. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you've never checked VMV Nation out, you really need to, because this is some awesome, awesome music. Following that, now this is a little sappy, but I freaking love it. This is You're the Inspiration by Chicago. It's off their album Chicago 17, which is ironic because it was their 14th album. I don't get that. If anybody knows the story behind that, please let me know. But this is just a fantastic love song. It's really good. It's really emotional. I want to have you hear me. I want to have you hear me say that no one needs you more than I need you. And I included the original video for this one too. It has a bunch of footage, just young kids in love, but then it has like an older couple, and it's really cool. Plus, This is a song that requires 4 keyboard parts. And B, you get to see Peter Cetera rocking a Bauhaus shirt. How cool is that? Like, yeah, it's good stuff. And it's a good track. Really moving. We follow that up with a great cover. This is Adele, who I always underappreciated until about a year or two ago, and somebody was like, "No, sit down, listen to this." And I mean, the woman has operatic quality vocals in the first place, but she also puts a lot of great music together. And this is her live at the iTunes Festival back in 2011, covering "Love Song" by The Cure. Now that song, that whole album, Disintegration, has a special spot in my heart for a few reasons, but it this is a really good cover, and I mean, like I said, she has an operatic quality voice. You're, I hope, really going to enjoy this, or even if it's not really your cup of tea, you're going to at least appreciate the quality of work and artistry that goes into singing as well as she does, because it just blows my mind. Well, we're going to wrap up with the big finish. Personally, for me, this is what I would call my favorite love song of all time. And it is Nicole Kidman and Ewan McGregor from Moulin Rouge doing Come What May. This is the studio album version, so it's not chopped up like it is in the musical. If you've ever seen the musical, it's done in different parts at different moments, but this is the full track. I remember when I first saw this movie, like, it blew my mind how talented of vocalists both of these people are, even if Ewan McGregor's like a foot shorter than me. But just how talented they are, and this song is just really, really passionate, and it you know, it's really touching. And so I hope I pulled on your feels a bit. I hope I maybe made somebody shed a tear or two, or at least think about someone who they love or they loved, or any of that. Like I said, this isn't something I normally talk about, but hey, I had to go and share it with all of you. So thank you for coming by. If you think that there's a track I missed, or there's a certain suggestion you have for a track that would be great for a playlist of amazing love songs, please drop it in the comments section down below. I love your suggestions. I love your music. I may not respond. Well, I respond, but I may not respond afterwards. But I listen to everything that everybody sends me, because that's what this channel is all about. I share music with you. You share music with me. We share music with each other. And a good time's had by all. So please drop anything you have to say about this list, or this video, or love songs in general, in the comments section down below. Speaking of which, while you're down there, please drop a like. Hit that notification bell if you subscribe, so you know whenever I put something new up. And if you think somebody would like this, share it with them. That playlist is right in the description down below. I hope you enjoy it. We're going to go to trivia before I head out. The last video's trivia was Vince Neil got into a verbal battle over MTV and a bunch of other media with another artist, and challenged said artist to a fist fight. Who was this? This was answered by Amy True, who is always on the answers and impresses me quite a bit. And it was Axl Rose. So Amy, here's your smooch. And you will get your special track. I know I'm so backlogged on special tracks, but I will make it happen. I promise, promise, promise it will happen within a week. I've just been ridiculously busy lately in my real life. So I hope you enjoy that. This week's trivia question is, We featured Patti Smith tonight. Um, her first album has a very famous photograph of her. Who was the photographer who took that photograph? I'll give you a hint. Said person got in a bit of trouble in the city I live in for uh, some things that people found questionable. So if you can figure that one out, answer this trivia question, please do so. Drop it in the comment section down below, and you'll get a special track. You'll also get a smooch. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. First, I just want to thank some people who have always supported me and I really appreciate. And I just want to give some props back to AU Pack Mule, Lauren's Corner, Indie Geek, Our Red Sox Fan, The Dog Show, Sly the Tank Benjamin, who helped me out with my ska list, and I so appreciate that. And, of course, my partner in crime, the other Cylon John, Johnny Be Crazy. Check all of them out. They're amazing content creators. I hope you enjoy the music, and I hope you enjoyed this video and what people have on their channels. So I'm going to let you go. In the meantime, if you would please be so kind, be excellent to one another. PLUR and party on.